Just as you're saying that, I'm gonna do a double recording.
Yeah, it's smart, just in case.
Mm-hmm. Good call. So good to see everyone. What's up, Lindsay?
What's up?
What's going on? How's your soul?
Good question.
Mhm.
What's going on? Just hoping my dog chills out next to me. That's what's going on over here.
Got it.
Well, Nathan's got his cat, so whether it's
Yeah, well,
cats, dogs, 6-year-olds, whoever, everyone is welcome.
he's he,
Mhm.
he demands to be part of everything. So,
Speaking of welcome, shall we get started, Nathan?
I guess so. I was hoping a few more would pop in, but they will pop in as we go, and you can get us started if you like.
Yeah, they're watching from the future, and we always have the perfect people in the room.
Of course.
So let's dive in. Hello and welcome, everyone. My name is Miro. I'm the founder of Manifest X and proud co-producer of the Healers Retreat. And I want to kick us off with a bit of an overview and introduce the leadership team. And we'll have our grand VIP speaker reveal today, our VVIP speaker, okay? And then some also very important speakers that you get to know and get to meet. And so everyone's amazing here today. And then everybody opportunity to share a bit about themselves and their contribution to this experience. Some really exciting updates and announcements that Nathan will be revealing. And there's been a lot of work going on into this behind the scenes. And this is our big like initial reveal for our first group of friends, family, supporters who are the first to know about this. So really, really special moment. And so we'll cover all of that, and there will be a Q&A at the end. So naturally, there'll be questions about the event, what does it take to participate, whether you want to be a sponsor, an attendee, or speak at a future event, or any other questions you may have. There'll be an opportunity for Q&A at the end. Cool. So who's excited about healing? Me. Let's go.
Let's see.
All right, let's talk about it. So, I'm proud to introduce the leadership team, the founder. This person is a visionary, humble, the creator of the Five Spheres methodology, the founder of the Institute for Inner Peace. So let's give it up for Nathan Wilds, the host. What's up, Nathan?
Thank you so much. By the way, Mira, do you have co-host duties and all that kind of thing while I share screens and stuff this
Let's
nature?
see what we got going on.
That way, when people start rolling in, it's weird actually.
Do I have co-host duties? No, I have all the abilities I need. Are you good?
Yeah,
Okay.
for when people you can admit people and all that. All right, so let me
Yeah.
actually I'll just start out speaking. Hello everyone. Many of you I've met before, some of you I haven't. Um, my name is Nathan Wilds. I am the owner of the Institute for Inner Peace. And when I got into holistic healing, which was actually only 6 years ago, when COVID hit, I immediately found a personal love with it and immediately knew it was where I was meant to be all along. And when I feel that way about something, I always immediately immerse myself in it. So between the things I've been trained to do, which is massage therapy, Reiki healing, lymphatic training, therapies, coaching, beyond that, I've had the opportunity to experience all kinds of somatic healing, shamanic healings, coaching methods, a wide variety of techniques. And one of the key things I found and learned and appreciated about holistic wellness more than just about anything else is that all of our modalities complement one another. Modern medicine can't always say this. Sometimes drugs counteract one another to very significant dangerous effects. Sometimes a procedure will cause as much harm as the problem it solves. Holistic medicine doesn't do this. One of the things I used to remember and really appreciated back many days when I was massaging at spas and locations is I would, every so often you'd get someone who walked from the yoga class over to your massage table, over to my massage spot. That's perfect to me. That's brilliant to me. You just woke up your body with movement and energy and the power of yoga and the fitness of it. And now you get to integrate that literally physically with a massage, which keeps the energy going, but also keeps the relaxation going and the health movement happening. So that's kind of where I kind of began to understand how holistic medicine comes together this way. And from that, I eventually developed what I call my core philosophy of my company, that I call the 5 spheres. I'm going to shrink that for a moment. The 5 spheres of holistic wellness incorporates each one of these individual spheres: your body, your heart, your mind, your energy, I have them in different orders, and your environment. And each one of these spheres has its own individual role to play within the full scope of your well-being in general. Similarly, in the opposite direction, how you live your life, what is involved in your lifestyle, what is involved in everything, influences the well-being or the status of each of these spheres. The true power is understanding how they come together and how they interconnect. And what I believe is the best thing to witness about holistic medicine is how they approach multiple spheres at one time. Because it's only when we address multiple spheres at one time we can achieve the health and wellness we truly want and avoid having harm or imbalance or dysfunction in any one sphere countermand or reverse the effects of the attention we place on another sphere. So from there, I wanted to create this retreat as a way of celebrating and helping to unveil and present the wisdom of this model and this philosophy. Because holistic practitioners, whatever they do in their own work, in their own way, kind of tap into this model one way or the other in their own individual way. And my belief is, as when we combine our work, when we align with what we do, the sum total of what we create and how much impact we can have far greater than the individual parts of us can do by ourselves.
Absolutely.
And so I'm bringing this retreat together with professional healers coming to this retreat to learn from each other, be inspired by each other, find ways to grow together, connect, align, collaborate their work, to see if we can increase the consciousness and awareness and appreciation of holistic medicine, even more than it already is. And really reach and impact a larger audience of people collectively than we ever could individually, or even if we all worked separately. That's an overview version of why I'm doing this retreat, what this is meant to have happen, and the impetus behind its creation and its design.
Right. Let's go, Nathan. So that's exciting. Let's also acknowledge some of the behind the scenes leadership team contribution, which is Maddie. Can we give a shout out to Maddie, who's been pulling strings, moving things, making things happen? What's up, Maddie? Everybody say, what's up, Maddie?
Hey everybody.
Say a few
Thank
words
you.
about yourself and like what inspires you about this retreat, because your perspective is so unique for sure.
Yeah, I mean, as someone who has known Nathan and been working and a colleague of his for many years, I've seen him grow and develop in so many ways. And this retreat is really the culmination of his hard work all coming together and the incredible network that he's built coming together. And that's something that I'm really passionate about. I own a marketing agency, so I really am a connector, and that's something that I've always been. And I've been so grateful to be able to find a way to make it profitable, right? Make it something that I can bring into the wellness space and work with people that are changing the world and be in a situation where I get to choose to do that and choose who I work with and who I connect with. And so Nathan is someone that I would choose any day to work with and support his projects. And this retreat is full of people that are inspiring the world. So I'm just grateful to be alongside for the journey. And I have a background working in rehabilitation, in juvenile hall, and with youth. And I'm a mama of a 6-year-old, like I mentioned earlier. So between my work and my personal life, it is really important to me to make sure that we are having an impact. So that's what this retreat's all about.
Let's go, Maddie. So fun. So good. Awesome. So now you got a dose of Maddie and kind of the genius behind the scenes, but this is just a small portion of the whole team. There's many more incredible contributors that you get to meet over the upcoming days and weeks. And some of them are here on this call. So let's go ahead and share about the amazing speakers. Shall we do that? And why don't we start with the grand reveal? Okay, the secret is out. Okay, the secret is out. So for the longest time, I mean, when Nathan and I met, it's like if we can get this one amazing VIP speaker on board, where just in their being in their presence alone will make it entirely worth it. But it has to be somebody who's aligned with values, who stays the whole time, participates, and is one of us, but also elevates everyone. And it's like, yo, what are you thinking? And so, I mean, we had a journey of just being in discovery of finding the right person. And this person is a powerhouse. I mean, over 1 million students have graduated and attended her courses and learning transformation and transformational coaching from her and through her. 100,000 graduates of her certification program. So talk about ripple of impact. That is the greatness we get to be around. And that's just the tip of the iceberg. This person has such intuitive ability, paradigm shifting, just being in her presence. You're going to have your own experience. I don't need to explain it. You're going to experience it. But let's just say it will shift the way you think forever. And just having a small dose of it here today, getting a full dose at the retreat will be absolutely life-changing without a doubt. Nathan, do you want to say anything more about our VIP speaker before we bring her on?
Oh, I think we've laid on the cake. No, I'm joking. Um, all I'll say is most of us are familiar with the concept of divine timing and divine meetings. And uh, our VIP, which I'll introduce in a moment, we exchanged an email, heartfelt emails that clearly show we were aligned in what we needed to do and what we were wanting to do and the timing of everything we are putting together for ourselves and our work. So I'll just let it go from here and let her speak for herself. I am so happy to introduce Natalie as our VIP speaker.
Natalie
Thank you,
Rae.
guys.
Oh,
You're
welcome.
so sweet. Yeah. Yeah, actually, so I get this email from Nathan, and there's a lot of emails I don't open or I don't see, and there's just something about his lit up. And what I really liked about it was this idea of I've always believed there's no competition. And it's in some way that's part of what I would be talking about. But that I just could feel from the way that they were approaching this, it's not even just that there's no competition. And they could see, like he was saying, with these different spheres, that within our experience of life, all of these things matter, but all of these healers help in a different part of this, right? And so I think I could sense that they got it. They got that it's not only is there synergy between healers, but that, like he was saying, together we could reach more people and make a greater impact if we could actually get them in the room together and shift the way they look at things. Because you can go to other events and other retreats and nobody's trying to do what Nathan's doing. And so that really stood out to me. Plus, like he said, it was this wild timing of the receiving his email. And so it was just so synchronistic. And to me, that's always what I'm looking for, when things just effortlessly flow and they show up at the right time. Um, and so as Miro was saying, my background is I own a company called Transformation Academy. It started in 2015, so a little over 10 years old. It was just an evolution of many other aspects of my business that came before that. But we're a life coach training company. The secret side story is most of the people seeking a life coach certification are actually just like personal development junkies that are trying to learn for themselves, and they like the idea of coaching, but we're like a judgment-free zone that welcomes everyone that and celebrates them, even if they only ever take it for themselves and get better at helping the people that they love. We celebrate that because that's amazing. And then the ones that really are committed to becoming a coach, we also train them how to do that and the business side of things. And it's always really interesting to me. We have a lot of people who come through our trainings that are therapists, social workers, teachers, police officers. A huge percentage of them are healers because a lot of healers integrate coaching into their practice. And so a lot over time, our coaching programs have started to include a lot of healing-based modalities. So we have a Reiki master that's one of our instructors, who's actually a very, very advanced master. Just a side note, because she's wonderful. Her name's Kumari. And we teach everything from shamanism and how to use that in your practice to more psychology-based things. And so we're kind of unique in the industry, mostly because we offer things that are accessible. So our prices are very low. Everything is self-paced. Instead of saying you have to come through this on Mind Time, I trust you to take the material, apply it to your life how you want to. And so the thing I'm most proud of isn't the number of students, but just being a voice in the industry to really empower people to make their own choices. And then I myself personally, as I've been running this business, I've been going through my own transformation. I've talked to Nathan and Miro about this, that I'm now operating in a very different place, and I'm just stepping forward to share more of this. So this is part of the divine timing because I was asked to come to be in a room filled with healers that are looking for not only how to take it further and maybe look at myself and other speakers that are part of this as a model of like, this is really possible to take it to another level. But then even more so, I'm kind of coming in to challenge people to think even outside of the already broad mindset that healers tend to have. And so what I plan to talk about is about how all people's healings are operating at a different place and in a different path. I look at it as like a spectrum. And it's not that there's one area of healing that's better than the other. It's that a lot of times you do kind of go through it in order. For instance, you might start with trauma work, and then you might learn a bit about mindset, and then mindfulness or meditation might work its way in. And then you might end up in a more spiritual realm, but that it doesn't have to be linear. And none of it is better than the other because it's not about fixing yourself. I think this is the most important thing that when I was thinking of what would I share, is that the purpose of being healed is not to make you fixed because you're not broken. It's to become a more whole, healthy, expanded version of yourself. It doesn't matter at what level of healing you're working. And this is why, as Nathan was pointing out, there's no competition among healers. Meaning, if we collaborate together, we could serve people better because if we can identify where they are, who's the right healer to help them with that next step, we could be collaborating with each other to help people know, where do I go next? Or I'm also having this other issue. How do I then support myself here? And instead of looking at each other like we're different, we're totally different fields, we're not. We can help the same person work with many people. And I think that is one of the side benefits of attending this event. And that together we could more holistically approach all of those spheres that Nathan's talking about by working with each other. Because one person, like, it's not my role to help someone in all those areas. Like Brandon, who you'll hear from, is working with people in a completely different way than me, but they're equally valuable. And it's also what another thing I'm challenging people to realize is that you don't have to go through these stages. There's experiences where people just transcend them all. And that's something that I won't talk about here, but that especially as I'm at the event and I see what everyone else is talking about, one of my goals is to see if I can take the room with me to a place that makes it possible to transcend it no matter where the people that we're working with are at. And that by reaching this amazing group of healers, that creates a ripple effect to the people that they work with. So that's what's exciting to me, is just to be in the room, get to know these people, and help provide another way of looking at things so that we can get past helping people survive better and help them thrive. And part of that comes with a paradigm shift. And so that's what I'm hoping to bring to the table.
So good. Let's give it up for Natalie Rae, everybody. Let's go. Welcome.
Thank you.
So the secret is out. We got Natalie Rae on board. Unstoppable momentum. I can't wait to see what magic we'll be co-creating. And I know there are questions here. Stick around. There will be a Q&A shortly after we introduce all the speakers. So again, welcome, Natalie. So stoked to be in partnership of transformation with you.
Thank you.
Let's hear from some of our also very important speakers, some of which are here. Natalie, you mentioned Brandon earlier. Let's hear from Brandon. Say a few words about yourself, brother, and what people can anticipate experiencing through you at the upcoming Healers Retreat.
Thank you for the intro, Miro. It's an absolute honor to be here with you all tonight, and a part of this journey that we're all on. My name is Brandon McMahan. I was in the military for 21 years as an emergency PA, physician's assistant, where my whole life was focused on helping people through their ailments. And it wasn't until I retired that I went through my own experience of healing that took me all over the world to pick up multiple methodologies of holistic medicine. And when I met Nathan and we had a conversation, I was just completely lit up seeing that he's on the same mission and the same vision as myself and so many other people who have gone through their own healing journey. And so when he asked me to be a speaker and thinking about what I would share, I'm the founder of a nonprofit, Namaste, and really the overall encompassing mission and vision of that organization, helping veterans, first responders, the underserved communities, people who are on their own healing journey, with kind of an overall encompassing snippet of one, my story. I feel like there's so much medicine in our storytelling. And the reason I believe that is because nobody has an answer for me, but they have a story that can inspire me to go inward and find my own healing, my own answers. And so, everybody that's spoken so far, I've been smiling the whole time because it is a journey, it is a community experience. And as we come together with the same goal in mind, that healing is amplified internally and externally. And so, what I plan on sharing through this retreat is another flavor of the same medicine, but with my healing journey, with the things I've picked up from around the world. I spent a few months living in an ashram in India, Reiki and subconscious work and sound healing, to just run through a nice nervous system regulation reset with some modern science. And the thing that part of me is like, man, what can I say that people don't already know? And I had to remind myself that I've done a lot of work. And every time I listen to a new podcast or I read a new book or I meet another teacher, and I'm like, this person's probably not going to tell me anything I don't know. And then they say a plethora of things that just like, that was amazing. And then I'd take that home. And so that's my hope, is that in delivering, my contribution to this retreat and to this community, that we have some aha moments together and we go home just feeling a greater sense of hope, a greater sense of self-worth and growth opportunity in everything we do. Just I'm really grateful for everything, especially to be on this journey with you all. And thank you so much, Nathan, for having me. Such a blessing.
So good. Let's give it up for
And
Brandon, everybody. I
I
want to
am, I
go ahead,
will, I
Nathan.
will, I'm interrupting. I'm like, I have to step in because, like everything, it's a divine timing. And Brendan McMahan, when we initially met, it was at a random networking event. And he spoke for 5 minutes. And I said, excuse me, Miro, who was at that meeting, I have to go talk to this guy.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, so powerful. And one thing too, you didn't say it, Brandon, but I think what I know about you is that you don't just talk about, putting yourself first. And I want to say this, a lot of times healers are the people who give everywhere to everyone and then end up needing to fill their own cup and end up feeling depleted at times. I don't know if anyone can relate to that or it's just me. But Brandon is the most like nourished. Like every time I see this man, he's just like radiant, full of love and safe in his body. He's done the work, he's walking the talk. And so just being in your presence, it's just kind of a nervous system reset with all the tools that you're sharing, but also your ways of being they're speaking louder than your words do.
Thank you, Miro. Appreciate it.
So
You
let's
can see it on
go.
his face.
He's just
Like,
glowing.
just look at him. He's
Just look
glowing.
at him.
It's
So good.
amazing.
We're all gonna get to Brandon glow by the end of the retreat.
We get to bask in his glow.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
All right.
So good.
So
Amazing.
let me see if we can, oh, I'm sorry, I'll let Miro set it up and let me make sure I can do it.
What's that?
Saleha.
Okay, Saleha, let me say a few words about Saleha. She is not here physically, but she is coming here in a metaphysical form through a video in a moment. You get to see Saleha introducing herself. I met Saleha. How did I meet Saleha? I think I slid into her DMs on Instagram. I just saw her content. I was like, I gotta meet this woman. And next thing you know, she came to support me at one of my retreats. We walked by the beach here in Huntington Beach, and she is the divine love embodied. She is born in Pakistan, overcome incredible challenges through a arranged marriage and a divorce and very difficult, toxic, narcissistic type patterns, survived an abusive relationship. Um, and it was a close call. She has an incredible story and she turned her pain into purpose, teaching just the most amazing embodiment practices that we'll hear all about. So let's go ahead and cue her up, Nathan, if you can, and share about Saleha's video.
I shrink this. Make sure everyone can hear this. Anyone cannot hear this, or yes, we
Yeah,
can
no
hear.
sound. You have to specifically turn on screen sharing. Is a button that says share sound when you hit share. So you might have to stop the share, reshare, and then there'll be a sound button to toggle. It's classic Zoom things.
Satnam, Namaste,
Yes, no.
Yes.
everyone at the Healers Retreat, all of the speakers and the organizers, the producers. Hi, Nathan and Miro. Hello, everybody. My name is Saleha Bhatti. I am a 7th generation Sufi. I'm a womb healer, a somatic healer, a spiritual healer. I work with the energy, and I'm so looking forward to helping everyone at the Healers Retreat and meeting each one of you guys and being of service to you guys through helping you connect to the truth of who you are in your body, and through your body, your connection to the Creator consciousness. I'll be doing a 60 to 90 minute workshop. It's a somatic journey to help you release, cleanse any masks, and fully tune into the truth in your body. That's me. I am currently traveling, so I apologize that I'm not there, but I send you all so much love, and I can't wait to dance with each one of you in this beautiful, beautiful life. Thank you.
So good. When she says dance, she means it. She will be dancing and she's going to be dancing. She's a musician. She's just an incredible spirit to be around and so much wisdom. There's depth there. You can tell, right? So that's Saleha. Also Bella Sofia is here, and I know that's the most recent addition to the team, was our culinary expert. You want to say a few
Actually,
words,
Renee
Bella?
just jumped in.
Oh, Renee did. Well, let's go ahead and
let's see if she. I just submitted her. There we go.
okay, let's
Renee.
give
Hi, can you?
Okay.
Am I visible?
We got Bella on, I think. Okay. Say what's up, Bella, and we'll come back to you, Renee, in a moment. It'll be your turn.
Okay.
Give me a moment to settle. Perfection. Say what's up, Bella.
Hi. So thank you. I'm Bella Sofia, and I'm really happy to be here. Nathan and I actually met through retreat work. I was the chef and one of the facilitators at retreats that he attended. So that's how we got to know one another. We stayed connected, and I'm really grateful that our paths have crossed so that we can collaborate together. I'm honored to come in as the retreat chef. So I practice holistic culinary therapy. For over 30 years, I've been working in the wellness and healing arts community. I'm a licensed holistic health practitioner, a board certified massage therapist, and I practice holistic culinary therapy as someone who is also a threshold worker. I support people through times of transition, transformation, and change. So my path has been shaped by many teachers, traditions, and experiences. I've had the privilege of working at the Omega Institute, running programs in New York, the Optimum Health Institute here in San Diego, where I developed and led wellness programs. I was also initiated into the tarot shamanic tradition of the Peruvian Andes, and I've received teaching and initiation from yakchuks and shamans in Ecuador. As well, some of my earliest experiences with healing came from learning from a Nigerian medicine man who deeply influenced my understanding of healing, community, and our relationship with the natural world. So all these experiences have woven together into the work that I offer today. I really believe that healing happens through relationship with ourselves, with one another and the earth, and through the ways we nourish and care for one another. So for me, food is much more than nutrition. It's medicine, culture, memory, ritual, and one of the oldest and easiest ways that we create belonging by sharing culture and nourishing one another. Every meal is prepared with intention. I have a ritual that I do where I fast and I do chanting and my prayers. The kitchen is a temple. It is quiet unless we are talking about what's happening present. It's very mindfully prepared. Everything is completely organic and plant-based and uses herbs and is balanced to bring you a balance of protein while using complete whole foods ingredients. So I really love that this retreat is centered on healing the healer, because so many of us spend our lives holding space for others. And it's just as important that we have spaces where we can receive and soften and be fully nourished and remember that we're part of the community. And as Nathan, as you shared about the 5 spheres, everything that you shared, I took notes and I looked at everything. And it's, of course, so in alignment with my own philosophy. And I was happy to see nourishment mentioned many times, because food is medicine and it's also energy. And so I'm really, again, honored to be able to share the energy medicine of local, organic, intentionally prepared food.
Let's go. Welcome, Bella. I'm so stoked to have you. If you teach how to make meals like that, sign
I
me up.
do.
Of course you do. I'm signed up. Just
She's going to
whatever
be
you
Yeah.
doing
whatever
she's not
you're
only going
doing,
to be a chef, she's going
I'm
to
buying.
she's not only going to be a chef, she's going to be running a workshop on the first day
Oh,
to
that's so
teach people how
exciting.
to cook the way she cooks.
I just want that. That sounds so amazing. So good. Awesome. Let's give it up for Bella, everybody, one more time. So good. All right, you got a tough one to follow, Renee, but I know this next speaker is going to blow your mind. Get ready for an insane experience. I'm going to say not much more. Just please join me in welcoming Renee Sievert. Welcome.
Hi, thanks. It's good to be here. Sorry for coming in late. I was teaching a class. So I am located in San Diego, and my background is I started as a nurse and to put myself through school because I wanted to be a therapist. And so I did that, and I worked in quite a bit of different types of treatment, inpatient, outpatient. I had my own private practice for a while as a therapist. And I really liked working as part of a team in a treatment center. So I worked with addictions and eating disorders and adolescents. And private practice was a little bit lonely for me. So I did it for a while, but then I just wanted to shift gears, and I ended up at UCSD in the early AIDS of HIV and AIDS in the early years. And I was working in a neurobehavioral research study where we were looking at what does a virus do to the brain and nervous system. So I geeked out on the brain and learned so much from the physicians and the experts there. And because I had worked in addictions and HIV, people would invite me to come to a college class and talk about bring somebody living in recovery or somebody living with HIV or AIDS. And that's what got me in front of the room. And I really liked getting out and meeting people in the community. And so I started doing teaching and training, continuing ed for therapists, and loved that. And got a job traveling the country doing ethics and domestic violence and HIV AIDS, continuing ed. And then one day somebody asked me to do a team building, and I said, okay, I could do that. So I got a book, 38 team building activities, and sort of just trusted that, somehow I would be guided. And then I started getting asked to do a lot more of that. And that's what moved me into getting certified as a coach. And my first day of coach training, I heard of a woman who was a horse trainer, and she was going to be partnering the coaching with horses. And I sat straight up in my chair and thought, well, that might be why I'm here. And I came home and told my husband, and he said, I've never seen you around a horse. What are you talking about? And I'm like, I don't know. I think I'm going to do this thing. So that's what I do now. I still do a little bit of all of the above. I am a certified coach. I teach at 2 different coach training programs that are accredited by the ICF. One of them is teaching people how to work with horses and humans, and the other one's on Zoom. So, I do a lot of leadership development and team building, sometimes in a ranch, sometimes in a park, sometimes in a boardroom. Depends on what the team wants. And I love being able to do all of that. And the experience that Nathan and I have cooked up for you is hopefully going to be something you haven't experienced before, but we're going to pick people up in a shuttle bus and take them to the ranch and do a demonstration of what the horses can teach us about the 5 spheres, because they do it naturally without words, and they can really help us understand where we are in our own process. And there's just something, it's kind of hard to explain. So we thought a demonstration would be the best way to do it. Horses out in the wild, they are prey animals, they're flight animals, and they astutely read the environment as to whether or not they're safe. And if there is some kind of a threat, one of the horses will notice and will stand still until the others notice. And there's a moment of discernment, and then the herd decides together, can we go back to grazing or do we need to move? And if they need to move, a leader emerges out front, and the other horses fall into kind of a predictable shape, so to speak, as they move together. And every horse in the herd has a role, and it's not a position or a rank. They naturally figure out what needs to be done and how can I help. When they get to food, shelter, or water, they're going to check out the environment, check out each other, how's everybody doing, and then they go back to the attention on self, which is, what do I need right now? Do I need to eat? Do I need to have some water? Do I need to rest? And as they do that, the rest of the herd actually knows what to do with that. So if some of the horses need to rest, the herd will stand in a specific formation so that there's a horse looking in all directions so that some horses can rest. Now, when those are rested, they stand up and they take their role so that everybody gets to rest. When they need to eat, a big herd of 100 horses will form into family bands, and there's a leader in each of those. And there's a hierarchy in terms of who gets to eat first, and they communicate with each other completely non-verbally. So if all of us on this call were to walk into a pasture of a herd of horses, the formation that we're in would indicate to them whether or not we're a threat. So if we were all in a line coming at them, they would form a line until they figured out what we were up to. If we came into a circle looking at each other, they would go to rest and say, okay, you're not a threat. So they have this ability to pay attention at 3 levels. What do I need? Where's my herd? And is everyone okay? And what's happening out in the environment, which pretty much covers the 5 spheres, right?
Mm-hmm.
When I'm coaching somebody and they are standing next to a horse, we think, we can't interview them, right? Because they're nonverbal, but there's a sense that they will move towards what feels congruent and true when we talk, and they will move away from what does not feel congruent and true. And so they become the co-facilitator for the two of us when we're in a session. So we're going to get to demonstrate all of that, and hopefully a couple of volunteers from the retreat will come in and allow me the privilege of coaching them. And you'll get to be around horses and see what they have to teach us about the 5 spheres.
So good. How amazing is that? Are you guys starting to notice like the lineup of speakers is absolutely world-class, life-changing, top-notch, and I'm so excited for all of you to experience Renee and all these wonderful speakers. How amazing is that? So grateful to have you, Queen. What an honor.
And I will jump in and say, as someone who has personally witnessed what this looks like, it's something you have to see to believe, just to see how powerful and amazing this truly is. How a being that will never speak will communicate more than anyone else in the space, just by how they respond to you.
Who's excited about that?
I can second that for sure. I've seen it in action and it is incredibly powerful, you guys. Like, it's unlike anything I've ever seen before. And the power of the horses interacting with the human as they're sharing their trauma or the thing they've gone through, and the way the horse comes at them and moves towards them and comes away from them. I mean, it's almost like by the universe's design, it's really incredible.
So much to learn from them. Thank you, Maddie.
So good. I will go next as an MC. I'm also going to be facilitating and speaking a very unique, incredible experience. So I'm going to go ahead and put myself on blast so you can see my face. I don't know if that shows up for you or not. Maybe it does.
I think everyone is pinned who's speaking, but I'm not sure.
Okay, so I just don't see that, but that's fine. I imagine I'm visible. Hi, my name is Miro, and above being an MC, I'm also a transformationalist. So being a healer, specifically instructor for Theta healing, and a creator of the generational worth framework. I have my own modality and adopted modalities from having tried everything, like many of us have. I come from Germany originally, so my first transformational medicine was near-death experiences. Anyone else, by the way, being around you all, is so many people who've overcome such great adversity. And whatever that looks like for you, but my original story is Gangster the Guru. Had a near-death experience at 17. I was trying to be a gangster, but I was too friendly, so it didn't work. I just wanted to be friends with everyone. And then I experienced real killers at 17 come into my apartment, beat me up like I had broken nose, pushed me at the edge of a balcony, and threatened to kill me. And so in that moment, I decided that I was going to change my life and follow my dreams. And the power of commitment, of clarity, of community evoked really something in my life that today I call generational worth, because I was able to break a cycle of poverty and truly become abundant and begin to leave a lasting legacy. And that's what I'll be teaching about when I teach my generational worth workshops. But more specifically, I'd love to share an experience of theta healing, because out of everything I've tried, from NLP, like many of us, hypnosis, primal screaming, ayahuasca, shamans in the jungle, all the holotropic breathwork, affirmations therapy, CBT, EMDR. Okay, like there's many acronyms that I know many of us play with. There's something that I've used that's really clicked for me in a way nothing else has. And I don't judge any of these modalities. Just like Natalie was saying, everything put me on a path in the direction of where I needed to be, and everything supported. But there's something that supported me so much more, that I've had a quantum leap in my life, in my business, manifested my soulmate, and just got to a level of clarity and certainty and started getting DMs from God. I mean, channeling with certainty and with clarity. And so we'll be able to tap in together to connect with this divine consciousness where you can manifest in real time. That is my specialty. I love manifesting. And break through the blocks, break through any blocks that are in the way of receiving abundance in the highest and best way. And so by the end of the workshop, you'll be able to step into an identity of, I may not come from a healthy and wealthy family, but a healthy and wealthy family comes from me. And so we're going to have a lot of fun. We're gonna have a lot of fun. So who's excited about that? Let's go. Let's go. So honored to share the stage with each of you and to get very intimate in there to create transformation in real time. So with that said, I think we covered our speakers. There is some more announcements.
Technically, I'm speaking too, but I can wait. You already
Yeah,
heard what I'm going to talk about.
you're gonna hear about the five spheres from the creator of the five spheres himself, Nathan. So I'm super excited. You want to say a few words about that piece, or you want to go ahead and share about the exciting thing that you told me about that they don't know about yet?
Well, that's part of the package we're going to be showing them just now, I think so.
Go on now, floor's yours, Nathan. What do you want to do?
Let's move into what we're offering. We put the experience together. There will be other things. You heard about that Bella is going to do a cooking workshop. I have my own workshop. It's called Music of the Heart. And I believe it's after lunch on the second day. I'm going to walk you through a journey that only music can carry us through. See, music is one of those rare forms of art that speaks to us beyond just the words, beyond just the notes, and in ways that can transform us faster and more efficiently than a 30-minute talk therapy session. So I've created a playlist of music that guides you from pain into power and brings you in the end to recognizing the community around you. It is about a 90-minute journey. You will do it together. We will do it together. You will relate to each other's pain. Everyone receives a song in a certain way, but we might be surprised at how many people respond to the same piece of music in their own way that's not too different from your own. And then it will carry you through the support phase, re-empowerment, and community. And it is a transformational experience that's hard to describe in words, but is amazing to witness people do. And so that's also part of it. We will have, and there are many other experiences we're going to put together as part of this experience. And one of the other things we are offering is that everyone who comes to this retreat, whether they buy a ticket as an attendee or they wish to sponsor our event, will be part of what we're calling the Inner Peace Masters Club. In addition to this event, there will be events throughout 2027 that you will be able to attend for free as a return for our thank you for attending one of our retreats. I'm going to give you a quick share to give you an idea of what I'm talking about.
That's hot.
So what we did? Huh?
That's hot. I'm just gonna say Inner Peace Masters Club is hot. Go on.
So every year beyond this one, we are going to have 2 retreats per year, one in June and one in December. But I also subdivided the rest of the calendar into times when we can have online events with the entire group, and 2 times a year we'll have a 1-day vacation at a residence or resort location. We'll figure out. And other than the retreats, every one of these events is free with membership in the group, which you'll all automatically be enrolled in as for coming to this first retreat. And this is true of anyone who purchases access to retreat at any time. So over here, you'll see anytime you purchase access to a retreat and come to one, it renews your membership automatically.
That's absolutely gold. Let me say a few words about how amazing that is, Nathan. absolutely insane. You're getting this, you're getting an entire year worth of membership to continue to connect with these amazing speakers, myself, Nathan, and day-long vacations throughout an entire year with the purchase of your ticket and as a sponsor. So we're really getting tight and intimate there as a family of healers. How amazing is that? You know, the manifestation is really emotion. I got to share something that's really personal. I was praying and meditating for years to one day have this retreat center. Like, how many of you have dreamed of hosting a retreat one day or hosting a retreat center one day your own? So me too. And, you know, just recently everything came into place and I walked to this property and I found this land. And the first thing that came up for me is so beautiful, and these boulders. It reminded me of going to Egypt because these like giant granite rocks in the desert here out of in Temecula, this 38-acre property in Temecula, these beautiful giant boulders. And remind me of Egypt because it's the same granite rock that the pyramids were built out of. And I go sit on one of them to meditate for 1 minute, and I access a level of inner peace I haven't experienced in my entire life. The first thing is like, let's take it. We're going to get this property. This is the one. I want this forever. And I got to tell Nathan about this. And then he shares with me this concept. I was like, what if we can host this on our land? Like, we can host the Institute of Inner Peace, the Inner Pastors Master Club, right? The Inner Peace Masters Club. I didn't realize the dots connecting the way they do until right now. And we can actually have it as a home. And Nathan was the first person to say, yeah, of course, we'll do this in partnership. And so that's something we can all connect on as we continue to go on this journey and actually be in person together and have epic experiences at the retreat and beyond. So I just want to acknowledge you, Nathan, for being the genius behind not having a one-time event of amazing insights and ideas, but ongoing transformation, bonding deeper together, creating real transformation in our lives, in our businesses as healers and coaches, and really change the world together. So let's give it up for Nathan for what you put together, everybody. Let's go. Let's go.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm really excited to share that with everyone. I love that part too.
So good.
It's
I'm gonna
about
go.
community. This is what this is all about. It's
Yeah,
about connecting, collaborating, working together,
absolutely. It is about
ongoing.
community.
And every one of those events, you can invite a guest, so we can grow the group together.
So let me do the recap when you get a visual. Look at these incredible shiny faces. You have Nathan Wiles, you have Renee Sievert, incredible horse healing, the five spheres. You have myself, generational worth and theta healing. Brandon, my man, and you want to learn more about the charity and supporting veterans and just doing deep work with youth resilience, purpose, inner peace, embodiment. Saleha, embodied self-love, next level, seventh generation Sufi. What a unique experience. Womb healing, somatic healing, and not to mention. We've got Natalie Rae, everybody, and incredible food. I mean, come on now. Listen, this is going to be such an amazing experience. I'm genuinely in awe of this team of Avengers that you've assembled here, Nathan. Wow.
Amusing term, but I'll take it.
What do you say?
I'll take it.
You
I
take
said
it.
I at first I was like an amusing term to call us Avengers, but you know what? I'm going to embrace that term
I
because
love
we're
soup.
avenging what medicine really is. And there's
Mm,
a reason why I put the word medicine in the body sphere, because medicine itself is not the evil here. Medicine, by definition, is what we do for each other.
mm,
We've been practicing that since humans invented themselves, just about, or created society.
so good.
Let's remind ourselves what medicine is meant to be.
Let's go. So who's excited about this?
I think being around all those healers is medicine.
Hmm.
Like, who doesn't want to just exist in a sea of other healers? Like just that piece alone, to have everyone in one room and like giving of each other, like it just, yeah, just the environment, even if we didn't talk about anything, would be amazing.
Well, here's where I'll follow up on your point, and I'll like one last point about the five spheres. One of the key elements to me and things I'm most passionate about, including in that philosophy, is the environment sphere. Because you see, the environment sphere is not just the trees and the grass and the animals and whatnot. It's also your social environment. It's the part of that that we don't necessarily spend enough time focused on. We notice it from time to time. But I'm going to bring this back to a conversation I had with a topic we had with Brandon. You know, he comes from a world where you are literally in fight mode all the time. We hear the terms fight and flight and all that all the time. But we don't always, but what does it mean to be in fight mode forever? Well, fight mode doesn't just exist on a battlefield. Fight mode exists in the politics we see on TV every day. It exists on social media. It exists on the floor, in an emergency room. So what if you would keep returning to that social environment when you're trying to heal yourself from traumas from within? This is how healing becomes not just the people we heal, but healing is just as contagious, if you will, as stress. It works both ways. And there was a study done many years ago in the UK in 2008 that said a single stressed person can influence and impact the emotions or the stress level of people around them up to 3 degrees away from themselves. Meaning, if I'm stressed, I will impact the stress level of the person I'm talking to, who will then take that stress and move it on to the next person. This is how energetics work. This is how that kind of thing spreads. Health and happiness does the same. Inner peace does the same. That's what I want you to understand about what we're doing here. It's beyond just healing ourselves. It heals everyone ultimately.
So it is. So who's excited about that? I'm so excited. Oh. So let's go ahead, and people have questions. We're about to go into Q&A. How can they participate? How much is the ticket? What does it look like to become a sponsor? Let's get into the juicy bits. And I know there's been questions in the room. And so let's open up for questions. Nathan, what does it look like for people to be a sponsor? Let's start there.
Sure. All right. A sponsor for us is, there's a lot of stuff on here. And anyone who's on there, I can email you guys a copy of this. This is our sponsor product proposal. And what we're looking for is people who not only get the chance to come to our event, but you will get the chance to put yourself on our stage and market or present what you do for a living that you know can serve others within our community, other healers. How can you help them grow their business? How can you help them deliver greater impact? So among the things you're going to get, you get 20 minutes at our retreat to present your offer, everything you want to sell, anything you want to promote. We will add your logo, your signage, your name, any images, promotional images you want us to add to this promotion and other promotions like it, as well as any and all signage during the event, any and all signage during other promotional events we'll be having. We're having 2 more this month. One of the parts of this retreat is we are going to be hosting a pre-event reception and dinner at the Rancho Bernardo Inn, which is about 20 minutes away from our retreat venue. It is a beautiful property. And that event is going to kind of kick us off and be kind of our opening gala, so to speak, our opening introduction for everyone. And you'll be given the chance to introduce yourself there as well. You get all of the benefits of everyone else who's coming to the retreat. And then as I said, we're going to have 2 more retreats next year. And you would be given first opportunities to either sponsor or attend or possibly even speak at one of the next ones.
Absolutely.
Um,
Beautiful. Let's talk about next steps. If you're a sponsor, you can book a call with Nathan or myself through the website link, which I'll share here. And then what does it look like for people who have questions or you're curious about sponsorship, but also as an attendee? What does it look like for them to participate?
what does it look like?
Yeah, for attendees, what are they getting? What's included in their ticket?
Anyone who attends can enjoy all of the experiences. In addition to everything that's going to happen during the retreat, and you heard from all of our speakers about the presentations they're going to make, as well as the workshops and other opportunities. We will give you 4 nights complimentary accommodations at the same Rancho Bernardo Inn. You will enjoy your breakfasts and dinners there. Lunches will be on site. We will be providing transportation to and from hotel, the retreat venue, and to Renee's horse ranch property on that morning and back again. And then we have different pricing levels. If you want to bring a friend or a group, there is discounted rates.
Amazing. So you get 4 nights accommodated at Rancho Bernardo Inn, the pre-event reception dinner, which is going to be absolutely amazing. You get to hang out with the speakers and all the speakers connecting before the event even begins. 3-day access to all of the workshops and presentations. So you get to participate in all of them. And you get to meet all the sponsors. And there's actually a charity piece too, because 10% will be donated to the Namaste and community with Brandon. So you're actually changing the world by simply showing up. How neat is that? And so yeah, so
And
go ahead. This is the
final
link.
thing
Yeah, go ahead. What else?
Yeah, one final thing I'll mention is, and one of the key aspects of this retreat, and I thank you in a bit. I'm thanking Natalie as I'm saying this, is we wanted to make sure when we found a VIP, we found someone who was willing to come and be a part of our retreat, not simply show up and speak at our retreat. This is not a one-off. This is not a show up, get you to talk, maybe buy something and say thank you very much and move on with their day.
Yeah.
It's about someone who's willing to be part of what we're creating and part of raising the level of everyone who will be there to meet them where they are, not serve them, so to speak. One of the things that this event is about is for every one of us who is able to achieve a certain level of status and rapport and reputation, such that you can fill a room with 1,000 people if you went to a hotel, or you can have a few hundred people show up on a Zoom call, or you could stand in front of on a stage in a production facility and have 10,000 screens looking at you, talking to them. That's fine. I want someone who's not only interested in that, but is interested in being in a room where they get to bring others who have similar gifts, similar wisdom, similar capabilities, similar vision to a space where they can have potentially the same chance, the same opportunity to increase their visibility, increase the volume of their voice, increase the audience, the size of the audience that's listening, so that this kind of holistic wisdom spreads and becomes ever more common and familiar.
Beautiful. Nathan, this just in, breaking news. But wait, there's more. Maddie just brought to my awareness that there is the Community Healers Coffee event. So, Maddie, are you here? Can you share about what that is?
Yes. So I will, or Miro, can you drop the link in the chat for me, please?
Absolutely.
Thank you. So we are hosting this event for people that are interested in collaborating on the retreat in any capacity to come hang out with us, come meet some of the speakers and community, and just come and get to know the location since we're hosting it at the Rancho Bernardo Inn. They've got the most beautiful venue there. They've got a cute little coffee shop. We are doing the tickets that are just $10, and that will include a welcome smoothie. That will include a latte or coffee, and they also bake all of their things at the little coffee shop fresh there on site. And I can say firsthand, they are very delicious. So if
Mm,
you want to come hang out with us and just get familiar with the community, I invite you to share this with people that you know. If you're here and you are a speaker or you are directly involved and you can come to San Diego on the 18th. It's from 1 to 3 p.m. We'll be there for a few hours. We'd love to connect with you. Obviously, you guys are all invited, and please share this with anyone you might think is interested or on your social media platforms and help us spread the word. At the end of the day, this is really just going to be a community and healers coffee connection where it's like a mini version of the retreat, if you will, where
mhm.
people get to come together, share their story, talk about what they do, network, and hopefully meet people that they align with and connect with.
Absolutely. Inevitably, you're going to be meeting people that you will align with and connect with. I will be there, Maddie, Nathan, myself. I hope who else can we, count in to participate, to share about the message, whether you plan on attending the entire retreat or just feeling it out or curious, this is your place to get your questions answered, connect with us in real time. And yeah, you can ask us questions about the retreat, but you can ask us anything. We're there, like don't take advantage of us, but take advantage of us. It's like, come on now. So thank
And
you for
then
sharing that, Maddie. Go ahead.
we also have one on the 21st for those of you that can't make the in-person one, and those of you that are remote but are still thinking about potentially joining or want to come network with us. That's on the 21st, and I'm going to grab that link for everybody right now, and I'll drop it in there.
Perfection. So you'll see how like being part of this, you have these in-person events, online events like this, and then the whole retreat. So that truly, when you join us, the transformation begins as soon as you say yes. So if you feel called to be part of it, just do it. Come on, man, join us. Let's go. Natalie, I see you shining and lighting up over there. What are your thoughts? What's going on? Before we turn it over to Q&A.
Well, I was just, wanting to reiterate what Nathan said about part of what made me say yes to participating was the fact that he wanted me to participate in the entire event and that all of the speakers are going to be there because I've been to a lot of events and especially with, we're looking for to have a decent sized group. And sometimes it can get lost and feel like you're just sitting there and someone's talking to you. And that this entire concept is a little bit radical, honestly, in the industry where you're asking the participants and the speakers to all collaborate together. And I just thought that was great because I know a lot of people who do speaking and they always just kind of pop in and pop out. And there's a really big opportunity missed, not just for them, but like especially for the people attending, because one of my pet peeves is people who are very successful in healing or coaching or whatever modality they do if they allow people to put them on a pedestal, because then it makes it feel like what they've done is somehow unattainable. So this is the opposite. So it was also fun for me to, see the other speakers that I hadn't met yet and know that we're all going to be hanging together, but we're not going to go off and like hide in the corner by ourselves. We're going to be in there with everyone because the whole room is going to be filled with high level people. Like it's not, these aren't like super beginners. These are people who are really doing it. So I just love all of that.
So good. So fun. Awesome. I know there are questions in the room. So with just 10 minutes, just know when you ask your questions, you're actually helping everyone in the replay who doesn't have the opportunity to ask questions live, you help them answer their questions too. So I know I have our community members here, Empress and Sandra, and anyone else that feels called to ask a question or make a comment. This is your time. We have 9 minutes, so take advantage.
So I just want to thank Nathan, King Miro, everyone who's the faculty putting on this inner peace retreat. That's kind of a December. Thank you. What resonated with me is how everybody is collaborating to make an impact. The question I have, because we're now in July, right? Based on if I was to, be a participant like King Nathan, that it is my intention, to be a full participant in this amazing retreat. What does it look like when it comes to a payment plan? Because, paying 10, 7, 11K based on where I am as a healer, right? To receive that abundance, to give the abundance to this retreat, to receive back the abundance. What does that look like, in that perspective? Is there a payment plan? Do I have to pay all at once? Like, what is that module looks like?
Yeah, super easy. Great question, Empress. I know a lot of people ask that. And what's awesome is we partnered with third-party funding companies that are supporting. So we can work with anybody. Anybody who wants to be part of it can. They make it super easy to participate. So when you go to checkout, you can select Klarna, Affirm, various options that are available, and they'll break it down and tell you right then and there just how. And they can break it down to 12 months, 36 months, and make it affordable and accessible to anybody who wants to be part of it. And again, this is a healer's retreat. If you feel called to be there, come book a call, have a conversation. We'll support you in making it happen. Nobody here is going to miss out on it. Look at that. Super easy. It's right there at checkout. Brilliant.
Excellent.
Does that answer your question?
Answer my question. And by the way, I'm a divine wealth alchemist, and I can do the same thing.
That's right. Empress, actually, she provides third-party funding sources, so you can connect with Empress. She's the master at creative funding and financing. Brilliant. Sandra, do you have questions? Okay, cool. Amazing. Then any speaker, anyone else that wants to share a comment, question, this is your time. Right. We think we nailed it, sir. Awesome. Well, with that, thank you everyone so much for all of your love, your support, for being here in real time, who made it on a short notice, and everybody in the future connect with us through the website and book a call with me or Nathan, connect with Maddie and all of the wonderful speakers. So hopefully, if we don't see you at the retreat, definitely see you at the Rancho Bernardo Inn, at the Arc, at the venue. And July 18 for Coffee with Healers, which should be so fun. So we'll be there in person, connecting with each of you. So with that, love you all so much. Let's close out with the word of gratitude or a gift that you've received on this call. What you're already experiencing, what is this given to you? So we're just going to do one or two words of gratitude or gifts that you've received before we conclude.
My word of gratitude is community. And the second thing for the gift that I received is profitable collaborations.
Let's go.
I'll say that I feel alignment and it feels expansive.
Definitely. My word for the year is alignment. But I was feeling connection and collaboration. Thank you for that.
I have to chime in and say the same thing. The community and the connection, it to me, it's been the missing link. We can do as many tools and methods as we find and are available in the world, but if we're just doing them from the comfort of our own couch by ourselves, there's a huge piece missing. And this community and this connection and bringing us all together, that's way more words, but I'm very grateful for that.
Two words from me, I'll say are horse healing, because I'm really excited for that part and excited for everybody to experience it who haven't yet.
So good. Let's close it right there. I'll say just the abundance of my word of gratitude is the abundance of everyone sharing, coming together in alignment. Aligned abundance. There you go.
That's a good
Collective,
one.
collective healing.
Mm. Yes.
Yes.
And so it is. Thank you, everyone. Have a great night.
Thank you guys.
Thank you all. Have a wonderful evening.
Take care.